Yes, everyone, good morning. Iran has 14 hours to close a deal. Otherwise, Trump is expected to order an even larger bombing against the Islamic Republic at 8 p.m. Washington time, as per the deadline set. Yesterday, he spoke from the James Brady press room, commenting on the consequences if Iran doesn't make a deal.
We have a plan, due to the immense power of our national armed forces, in which every bridge in Iran will be decimated. By midnight tomorrow, all of Iran's power plants will be out of operation, burning, exploding, and will never be used again. I mean complete demolition by midnight. This could happen within a 4-hour period if we want. We don't want this to happen.
In these final hours, this is how the negotiations stand. Let's show it here on the wall. See what Zua is demanding for the end of Iran's nuclear program. Facilities, zero uranium enrichment, missile restrictions, the Strait of Hormuz free and open, and an end to Iran's support for groups like Hezbollah and the Houthis. Now, the Iranians are demanding guarantees against new attacks, an end to sanctions, war compensation, a new payment system in the Strait of Hormuz, and the withdrawal of American bases from the region. The president told me over the weekend that Iran is not even negotiating about the nuclear program anymore. He told me the most important thing is that they will not have a nuclear weapon. They're not even negotiating on that point. It's so easy, they've already given in. Most of the points have already been conceded. Now, amid diplomatic talks, details are emerging about the rescue of the aviator in Iran. Sources told Fox News that during the operation, CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper ordered a strike on a Revolutionary Guard headquarters at an underground facility near Tehran. The strike was carried out by B-2 bombers using bunker-busting bombs. Bombs like in Operation Midnight Hammer, and the headquarters was destroyed. Jennifer Griffin from Fox detailed that the mission was ordered between the two crew rescues and that the search was still ongoing at that time. Those bombers flew straight from the United States for this mission, so there are a lot of moving parts here. And while this is happening, the Iranians continue to launch ballistic missiles and cruise missiles against Israel and the Gulf countries. And these attacks are expected to continue in the coming hours and days. In these last few hours, the region faces two distinct paths. One path is diplomacy and de-escalation, and the other attacks by Umengwa against critical infrastructure in Iran. Folks!
All right, Trey Inkst is live for us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, Matt. Thank you.
Good morning, Griff. The AP and other media report that Egyptian, Pakistani, and Turkish mediators have made proposals to the U.S. And Iran comes up with a 45-day ceasefire proposal, which includes the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, located in the Persian Gulf. This proposal was reportedly sent to the United States and Iran last night. The strait has become central to peace since Iran affects trade and the ships that pass through there. Yesterday, President Trump warned Iran that it had until 8 o'clock tonight to negotiate, or there could be attacks from the United States tomorrow. The president wrote, "Tuesday will be the day of the plant and the day of the bridge. All together in one day in Iran, there will be nothing like it. Open that damn strait right now, you madman, or you will live in hell. Just wait and see. Praise be to Allah," President Donald J. Trump. Now, over the weekend, I personally met here with Dr. Sanwar Gargash. He has called his ex. He advises the local president. Dr. Gargash said that if the U.S. presents the right plan, the United Arab Emirates, the country we are in, will join the United States in using force in the Strait of Hormuz. Dr. Gargash said we will not act as a naval force, but we will support any international effort led by the U.S. for navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. We will do our part. Furthermore, Dr. Gargash said that he considers the United States the greatest security ally and that the country is ready to, quote, double its efforts in its relationship with the United States now.
Griff. Matt Finn, live from Dubai. Matt, thank you very much. And with that, let's welcome Fox News contributor Byron York, who joins us. Byron, good morning. Let's get straight to the point where Matt was talking about this possible ceasefire deal. But this happens against the backdrop of the most successful and daring rescue mission in the history of Zikratio, really showing Iran that there's nothing we aren't capable of accomplishing successfully. Go ahead. Where do you think things are heading?
Well, the rescue mission sends a huge message both to our enemies and to the American forces. To the enemies, it shows that the United States government can reach anywhere and do anything. And to our forces, it shows that the United States Armed Forces are always with you and by your side. That's an extremely important message to send to the troops. Now, regarding what's happening in relation to the Strait of Hormuz, the president's message on Easter morning clearly threatened attacks on Iranian power plants, to bridges, if they didn't essentially open the strait by 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night. Now, last week, the president was talking about involving other nations and having them police the strait if it was reopened. So I think the president has kept things very unpredictable on this issue. And, I imagine the Iranians have no idea what he's actually going to do.
Well, and he was certainly very direct and frank in his social media post yesterday. Yes, but you talk about messages, Byron, and I find that very interesting. What message do you think that sends to NATO? Because you talk about other countries being involved, and I thought that Ari Fleischer made a really striking post yesterday saying that NATO may never be the same again. In short, he pointed out that NATO will never be the same again because Western countries like Italy, Spain, and France did not meet their obligations, while the Eastern side did, with Poland spending more than the U.S. on defense relative to its GDP.
Yes, Ari's post triggered a series of discussions, but clearly what he was saying is that some of the Western European NATO countries like France, Spain, and the United Kingdom, by initially refusing to cooperate with the United States on this, really set a terrible precedent for themselves. And here again, President Trump wasn't asking them to send troops. He wasn't asking them to take part in attacks. He was asking for overflight rights and the right to use air bases that the United States basically already funds. Even so, these nations refused even that level of cooperation. What Ari Fleischer was doing was contrasting these nations with the countries of Eastern Europe, which in much more recent years had experienced Soviet domination and knew very well what that meant. It's like having an enemy extremely close by and their strategic collaboration with the United States. So what Fleischer was saying is that changes can happen in NATO, a change of power, some kind of alteration, but something is happening in NATO.
We'll have more information from the president at today's press conference at 1 p.m. Byron York, thank you for your time. Thanks.